Hi, Startful Inker here, and today I'm going to show you how to make the first card in my 10 days of Christmas card videos. And we're going to be using Letterpress Winter for this card and the Snowflake card Thinlit set. So let's start with how to get the snowflake that we're going to make on this card. So I'm going to bring in the big shot over here and a 3x3 piece of Whisper White cardstock. And normally I stamp first, but for our process today I want to cut first. So we're going to take the Thinlit and position it over this piece of 3.5 by 3.5 Whisper White cardstock. Okay, so it's on there, and you want to be careful when you position your Thinlit frame that none of it is hanging out on either side of the big shot, because it will crumple it. Ask me how I know. Didn't do that with this Thinlit, but I have had it happen. So let me give it a little push here and we'll pull it through. And the first cut is just as you would expect. Okay, almost done. There we go, last pop. And then let's pull this over here where you can see it and see what I'm going to do to reposition. So then we're going to pop the paper loose. Okay. All the way around. Okay. And then we're going to give the paper a quarter turn. And what you're going to do then is line up these pieces that didn't cut. You're going to turn them so that they will now be cut with the two extra pieces, these two ends of the Thinlit. So let's slide this over. Actually, I need to turn this the other direction. It's just a little narrow one direction than the other. Sorry to take so much time with this, but you'll want to know how to get a snowflake without cutting the whole card. And we'll pop this on. And quick through here. Give it a push and get it started. And lift this into the frame here a second. And away we go. One last loud pop. And it's out. Let me move the big shot out of the way and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, so take the Thinlit off, pop these pieces loose, and simply by turning the snowflake, you've now got all the points cut. As opposed to with the card here, they're not supposed to all be cut. Okay, so that's one piece. And then we need to stamp on this. And let me bring in, this is a photopolymer set. And with the photopolymers, you'll want to use some sort of pad under it. I like the Stampin' Pierce mat under it. It gives it just enough cushion. And I'm going to ink the large snowflake with Versamark. And then first I'm going to coat with my Stampin' Buddy here. And then I'm going to stamp. And lining up as best I can the large points and the small points with the snowflake, and give it a press and a little bit of rub around and pull off. Okay, and then we're going to, I always use scrap paper when I do embossing powder. I seem to get a little better cleanup with that. Okay, I'm going to shake it on a couple of these areas out on the end a little more, and then I'll be back in a moment. Let me turn off the video, and then I'll be back to show you the rest of the card. Okay, I'm back, and my snowflake has been embossed. So for my card base, I've used a piece of soft sky, and let's see if we can bring this up here so that you can see it. I've randomly stamped a snowflake design using this snowflake from Letterpress Winter. And then I'm going to adhere my snowflakes. I cut a second one and embossed it. Let me pull off all of the backing. Should have done that first. Sorry, wasting your time watching me peel backing. So I'm going to set this on at an angle. And this one that I just did needs dimensionals. So let's pop a few of those on here and get it down. I'm going to set it on at an angle kind of overlapping here. Yeah, okay, like this. And then I've created a belly band for my card. I've used the Season Greetings from Letterpress Winter, and I embossed it using Versamark and Lost Lagoon ink and clear embossing powder. And my strip of vellum paper is 1 1/4 by 9 3/4, and I scored at 2 3/4 from either end. Now let me tell you a moment. This will wrap around here, and I've got these pretty little glimmer snowflakes, and I cut that using this tiny little snowflake die from the Snowflake Thinlit card. A couple of tips for using that would be to use a piece of wax paper and then your cardstock, or in my case the glimmer paper. And then you'll also want your piercing tool. Now when you go to pop that out of the die, there are all these great little holes here, but instead of going straight down in where you'll end up with a hole in your cardstock or your glimmer paper, go in at an angle and it pops it loose. So there are my tips for getting a standalone snowflake and for popping these easily out of the little snowflake Thinlit. And here's the first in my 10 days of Christmas videos. Easily reproducible card for your holiday giving. Thanks. This is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then click and go to my blog, theartfulinker.com. Thanks. Have a great day.